what's going on? It is another gym talk. I believe it's episode 19.
Maybe.
Is it 19?
I think maybe the last one you posted was 17, and maybe 18 or 19 is in the works. I don't know.
It would be 18.
Okay.
So this is episode 18. It's a little bit different. I have my friend Ryan here. Other than Tyler, Tyler's currently dealing with some flooding, so there's some stuff there. But today we have the Total War. This is actually the pre-workout versus the actual blend itself. And so I really like this. I've been taking this for some time. Typically it's more of my bigger days. It has a decent amount of caffeine in it. It has 250 milligrams. It has 3.2 grams of beta alanine. It has 6 grams of citrulline in it. So a lot of stimulants in there to get you going. And the flavor is blue coconut.
I like it. Yeah.
So
it sounds like ocean water from Sonic.
It is exactly like
really?
ocean water. It tastes just like ocean water. So we're gonna be taking this and then going to hit a mean shoulder day. Gonna be doing my new style of training, which is it's time interval training. It is 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off. We're gonna go probably closer to like 5, maybe even 6 different intervals of that.
Dang.
Yeah.
4 minutes? Last I talked to you at the gym, you were saying like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Upping it on me.
I'm starting to up it. One, because I'm getting used to the 3 minutes, and two, whenever I did that, it was 4 minutes on, 3 minutes off,
okay.
right? And so I'm glad that you're not taking it to the dome.
Oh, no,
I'm glad that you're not taking it to the dome. Oh God, it's just that would be horrible. But
sounds uncomfortable.
I know, right? It's not great. But I started doing this interval training because of, one, I miss it. Two, it's really good to get like crazy volume in it.
Yeah.
And which my training style, to be honest, like really was just kind of normal and a routine, and so I decided to spice it up.
Trying to mix it up.
Yeah.
I like just hitting a set, sitting for like a minute, feeling my music, resting. I just feel so tired, like coming into my next one.
Yeah, but
I don't have a little break.
Man, I feel like in that time span, I'm like, I could do something else, right?
Yeah.
And then I feel like also I have decreased my weight since then, so it's
like your body weight, or
no, like my actual lift.
Weight.
Yeah, my actual working weight. So it feels like, honestly, I'm kind of really stagnant.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was like, I need to at least just change something.
Yeah.
And so I did shoulder day, actually, like this type of style of training last week. And I was sweating even like 10 minutes after I was sweating. I was sitting there and sweating.
Nice.
So yeah.
I don't know. I just like the breaks, but like I feel like I could do some sort of like interval training like that, but dropping the weight, I don't know. It like psychologically, I'm just like, no, I've worked up to like this weight.
Right.
Like, I've built up this weight, and I don't really want to drop it.
Right.
Like,
that's true.
I keep track of like all my weight and how I progress.
Oh, really?
And stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I have like a bunch. Like ever since I started working out, I have spreadsheets of every routine.
Oh, wow.
And every month, every 2 months, I record like my weight, see what I've increased like reps, see what I've increased like weight, and if one hasn't like increased in a couple months, I'm like, all right, this next time I need to do something.
That's honestly like the accounting / financial side of you.
Oh,
you know?
I had like calculations and early ones of like, this is the percentage it increased.
Wow.
I mean, crazy.
I mean, like I was at that certain level at one point. I was like, okay, I know how much I need to do for this day. Like, I started doing some journaling and things like that. But, I started doing some journaling based off of how I felt. And I felt like that was a little bit better. Yeah. But I couldn't really get that intricate. It just felt like I needed to really kind of go... I don't know. It just really felt like I just needed to kind of pick out my workout, and then from there I just go as I felt.
Yeah,
so.
I always felt like I kind of needed a plan to follow along with, and I don't know. I just really like doing that, and yeah, I don't know. I just like keeping track of everything.
Right.
Like I keep track of all my food, like how much I eat, because like whenever I first started, I wasn't eating enough, so I had to keep track with like my Fitness Pal. I weighed myself every single day. And
So then you also count your macros?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I meal prep, count my macros. Like at the end of the day, I'm like, all right, I need this much protein, this much fat, this much carbs. Like,
So then,
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
so then you actually have like a balance too,
a balance.
or not a scale? That's what I meant.
Oh yeah, scale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those. It's like right outside my bedroom door. So I wake up in the morning, go to the bathroom, go outside, weigh myself. It shows me.
Damn.
Yeah. And I have like all my weights like in my
Recorded.
Fitness Pal. Yeah. And you can see it like go up and then level out and then go up again, come down, go up, and now I'm like back down. So
Okay. That's.
it's yeah. I guess it's the accounting side of me
That is-
that wants
but that
to keep track of everything.
But
look
that
at
is really, really
numbers.
awesome. I mean, you're actually keeping track of something that you really enjoy,
Oh, yeah.
and you know, this is something that you like to do.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for me, it's kind of just like I just go in and I kind of do my own thing, and
Yeah.
in which this is your thing. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
definitely get it. I
Yeah.
totally get it. Now, for me, it's like I kind of look more on the influencer side of things,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I know a lot about the influencers. I know a lot about the industry, whereas you kind of take all of that effort and put it into yourself.
Yeah.
Which is honestly something that I should be doing
Yeah.
than actually just, you know, kind of looking at the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't like really have Instagram, so I don't really follow influencers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll like watch YouTube videos of like a bunch of guys, kind of just like
who do you watch?
Bradley Martin's kind of entertaining. He kind of goes off a lot
Yeah.
on like tangents, so it's mostly just because I like bro science. So
Mhm.
I thought it was funny, and they're like friends.
Don Maserati.
Yeah, and then I like Jeff Nippard. He's like
Okay,
he
yeah.
like breaks
The
down
Canadian.
like the science. Yeah,
He's like 5 foot nothing.
yeah, but he's like super thick, so
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. So, I also like Athlean X, Jeff Cavalier.
Mhm.
He does like some different sort of exercise like
He's
stuff.
the
but
actual #1 fitness
yeah,
YouTuber.
yeah, he's big. I like watching him, and I don't know, I'll just kind of go through YouTube and
Just
see
go
what
through
I
it.
watch,
Okay.
watch you. I've watched all your videos, and they're very entertaining.
Which thank you, by the way. Yeah,
no
that's-
problem.
That's so cool. And yeah, so like for me, you know, the like I've talked about it multiple times. Flex Lewis and Dorian
Yeah,
Yates,
yeah.
those are the two that are my total go-tos. I'm not sure if you've ever looked at it's an Instagram page. I forgot the name itself, but it's something Nick Motivation.
No.
It has a lot of the heavier bodybuilders typically,
yeah.
and which it's like them quoting something, or it's typically like them working out, and then like they have a voiceover of themselves or somebody else that's like
pretty cool.
talking about greatness and everything.
Yeah, yeah, I like those.
It's like a quick little minute thing, and man, I mean,
Just
like,
get you going.
yeah, it's like I see Dorian Yates during his prime, and he's doing like 4 plates on barbell underhand rows, and you're just
Jeez.
like, my lord, and
Just
he's
ripping 'em out.
yeah, and like you're just like that's where I want to be. So
Ooh, I don't want to be that big. I want to be like 200 and cut, but I like listen to what all those guys like say and do and like
Yeah.
their routines because that's
Yeah.
how you do it. And
Right.
If I could get half that size.
so
then,
so,
yeah.
so out of like the influencers or out of the people that you kind of have seen inside the fitness industry, who would you want to resemble as like what like body you know
Like
wise?
yeah, body. I don't know. I don't want to be as big as Bradley Martin, but I like his like proportions, like the
okay.
way his traps, like
Yeah, his
chest,
chest is pretty,
shoulders,
pretty,
arms,
pretty
like
stacked.
yeah. I don't know. I'm more of like just like the movie star. Like I want to look like Chris Hemsworth. Like not really Zac Efron. He's kind of small, but yeah, I don't know. Just like big arms, broad shoulders,
Okay.
cut midsection, basically.
I gotcha. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, I like following all the big bodybuilders, like going on like all sorts of websites, researching like their routines, their training methods, because that's how you do it.
Yeah, some of them I also noticed that their routines is definitely not what they actually are.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, for instance, Kai Green, he's like, if you really want to get my shoulders, if you really want to do this, here's my routine. And I'm like, I don't think that's the
Yeah.
right routine there. And then on top of that, I mean, you know, 9 times out of 10, these guys are gearing. So
Oh, yeah, for
in
sure.
order to like get up to their level, it's like you have to do a lot of
Yeah.
other things. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'll just eat, take some protein, drink some pre-workout, creatine. That's about it. I'm not gonna juice or anything.
Yeah, definitely. And so what else do you do outside of
Outside of work and gym.
outside of work and gym?
Nothing really. I like I'm a big fan of baseball and football, so like that pretty much encompasses like my entertainment year round. Baseball is by far my favorite. I like playing like daily fantasy.
I just can't get into it.
I don't know, I grew up playing it.
Yeah.
I like never stopped, played through high school, so I just love it. It's something like I was able to bond with my brothers and my dad with, so I don't know, it's just like good memories.
So then what are your thoughts on like changing the rules to make it more up tempo or make it
I
more
like
interesting?
it. They need something like that for sure. Like,
you were actually like the first person I've actually talked to about that they're like, yes, I approve.
No, it's because like we went to a game a couple weeks ago and it was so slow. Like we got
it's just boring.
Yeah, we got good seats right behind home plate. It was Cardinals Braves Sunday Night Baseball. It was like nothing in the fourth. It was moving so slow. I'm like, we've got to do something. Like I didn't even want to sit there. We like went up to like the upper deck to like the party patio or whatever to get like drinks and stuff for like a couple innings. Came back down and the game started getting good. But yeah, it's just really slow. I like the tradition of it, but yeah, I don't know. We need to figure out some sort of like pitch clock. Or something.
Yeah. So then I mean like you've been around it pretty much majority of your life.
Yeah.
What do you think would be the biggest difference? I mean the pitch clock, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Like that's something that needs to possibly happen, right?
Yeah.
But what are some other things? Because I mean like a pitch clock can only be a certain amount of time frame, right? And like maybe it's a certain amount of pitches these guys actually get each player, you know? So like
the thing about that is you don't want to change pitchers too much because then that slows down the game.
Right. Then that can slow down the game. But
I think
saying like
a big problem with baseball is kind of like the star power. Like they don't have like LeBron James and like.
I have a Mike Trout.
Yeah.
Mike Trout's the only one.
If you show up and see like one game of Mike Trout's, he could either go like 4 for 4 with 2 home runs, or he could go like 0 for 4 with a couple strikeouts. So I think because you have 9 players at bat and like the last like 4 or 5 aren't really that productive.
Right.
I think if there was a way to get the stars playing more, like maybe bat every inning, every other inning, like just have like specific hitters and then have fielders or something like that.
Because that's another thing too. It's like almost every other sport has substitutions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Unlike MLB. So let me kind of pitch this to you. Pun.
I like it.
Yeah. So picture this: that let's just say it's the Yankees and Sox, right?
Yeah.
Yankees and Sox. Sox are currently down. Oh wait, no. Yankees are currently down. There you go. This will make more sense because I don't know many baseball players, so it's like, I'll think of Aaron, right? Aaron's the only one I pretty much think of. But Yankees are currently down. It's the bottom of the 9th. They are currently away, right? So they're up at bat. Now
if it's the bottom of the 9th and they're away, they're in the field.
Okay, flip flop then. Then on the 9th, they're on the top of the 9th, right?
Yeah.
Now they are just about to go up bat.
Yeah.
Now what if they could switch out the next 3 batters?
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, if it's like the bottom of the order and it's like they're like basically minor league call-ups, like nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
And like in football, like Aaron Rodgers is going to have the ball in his hand with a minute left. LeBron is going to have the ball in his hand.
Right, exactly.
Like
and then on top of that, it's like they substitute throughout the whole game, right? It's like
you can come in and out.
Yeah. What if you could, like, there's a certain amount of percentage. So like say for instance, let's just go back to the Angels, right? Say for instance, Mike Trout, he went first inning, and then he went in the 3rd inning, and then he went in the 5th inning, and then he only has one other time up at bat. Yeah,
I like that because it kind of keeps the batting, like the at bats per game, the same.
Right.
You can just situationally put him in if there's like a runner on second or something.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think it's the whole thing is that the strategic base is like, it's such a dying way to do it because it was not real time. It was more of like, okay, we are going to plan this ahead of time, like months on in. We're going to have this routine. These people are going to have this day off, all this other stuff. And it's like, that doesn't happen. And then on top of that, I think they honestly need to eliminate half of their games.
Yeah, 162 is quite a lot, especially into like
162.
July and August.
Yeah,
it's
so-
just still going. Yeah.
So then what if they go down to 80s, right? What if they go down there? Do you think they need to extend the time period between the games to then increase the awareness, or do you think they need to completely look more into the fall ball, right, and kind of go that route?
I don't know, man.
Because I mean, June, July, and August.
Yeah, the dog days of summer.
Ooh.
Yeah, it does get rough. If I didn't like play fantasy baseball, I wouldn't pay attention during that time. But yeah, I don't know. Baseball is not really a taxing sport. Like you can play it every single day.
Right,
So,
but I mean, when you're out there at 102-degree heat,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
that is kind of taxing,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know.
That
I can't see baseball taking games away though. Too
It just
much
doesn't-
money to be made per game.
just doesn't make any sense, especially when
Yeah.
like less than 30% of the crowd is even at the stadium
Yeah,
itself, right?
yeah.
It's like how many people are actually watching it at home? How many people are actually engaging with them? It
True,
doesn't make
yeah.
any sense.
Yeah, because like football's once a week, so it's like, all right, everybody,
It's
this is your
16.
one shot.
Yeah, it will actually
one game.
17 weeks total,
Yeah.
right? You have 17 weeks total. It's like, look, we have this schedule ahead of time. We can do some strategic based thing
Yeah.
ahead of time, but after that, like we won't know what happens until after week one. You know, it's
Yeah,
like we won't know what happens at all. Like
Yeah.
we can plan as much as we can, but like we have to learn how to do stuff real time.
Mm-hmm.
And which that's honestly how the Patriots did so well, right? It's just
Yeah.
like they did a lot of real time strategy.
yeah.
They planned ahead of time and then they went into real time. So let me ask you this about football. What do you think about the draft?
I don't know.
Did you
There
pay
was-
attention to it at all?
Yeah, I did. There weren't too many like big stars really. Like
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray was basically the only one.
I mean, you
There
could
was that
argue.
Jones guy that from Duke that got drafted like 6th to the Giants.
I just love
that's
that so
hilarious.
much. I
That's
love that so
hilarious.
much.
It's such a Giants move.
I know it's such a Giants move. And then did you hear about the GM and owner?
Yeah.
How they talked about him?
Gettleman.
Yeah, they were like, we saw him play 3 series and we knew he
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
one. It's like, what? You saw him play 3 series
Yeah,
total
how
in
does,
college?
How does team do overall in college? Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he's like, oh, he reminds us of like a Manning. It's like, okay, yeah, he looks exactly like Eli,
If-
plays like Eli.
if-
Like, that's what you still want.
if somehow they go to the playoffs,
Yeah.
they go to the playoffs, they're going to be named as geniuses,
Yeah.
and it's going to be like it's going to
Yeah.
be weird.
I kind of feel bad for the kid because everyone's like, oh, this is such a terrible thing. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I kind of want to see him do well.
Yeah, I mean, he was probably expecting to be a QB2 or even QB3
Yeah,
to start off
yeah.
with, right? And which I mean, he's going to be at the Giants, so like honestly, he's going to be QB2 anyway.
Yeah, because Eli's going to play.
Eli's
until
gonna
he
start,
gets
yeah.
Carted off.
Now, also, I will say this though is that Eli's football smart. You know,
Oh, yeah.
he's super football smart. So I think. He's going to actually become a good quarterback.
Yeah,
just
if he
kind of like how
learns from
Patrick
Eli,
Mahomes was,
yeah,
right? I
definitely.
mean, he learned from Alex Smith, which Alex Smith is like, apparently he's like stupid.
Super smart,
Yeah, he's like
yeah.
stupid smart.
Yeah, I feel like Eli's the same way, and maybe sometimes his body just can't do what his brain wants him to do. But
exactly.
yeah, if Jones could learn from him, that'd be.
I mean,
awesome.
they still have Saquon Barkley. They still have Stephon Diggs, but or no, they don't have Stephon Diggs anymore. Stephon's way gone, but they
They don't have Odell either.
They don't have Odell. They have a decent tight end. He's been there for like a year or two.
Ingram.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy.
Yeah,
so,
he's good in fantasy football.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how do you think the Browns will do?
I don't think they're gonna meet everyone's expectations.
Really?
I think they'll maybe be like 10 wins, maybe make the playoffs. But
Hey, but making the playoffs for the Browns,
yeah.
that's a win in itself,
Yeah,
right?
Like they have so much talent on both sides of the
they have
ball.
Jarvis Landry
So,
and Odell.
But a lot of their guys are just like pretty ragtag, like Baker, Odell. They picked up Kareem Hunt. Like a lot of them are just like
Yeah.
troublemakers. How will they like blend? with
Okay,
each
let
other?
me actually talk about the true troublemakers though. It's truly the Chiefs.
Oh yeah,
It's truly
oh,
the
yeah.
Chiefs, right? I mean, you have the whole Kareem Hunt situation.
Yeah.
Then you also have Tyreek Hill,
Yeah,
right?
he's
Which now
Not
now-
the best guy.
Yeah, now he's on the exempt list, and then on top of that, we picked up Frank Clark,
Yeah.
which is a guy that's been known for domestic violence.
Yeah.
It just really feels like we're going back to the 2000s where the Cincinnati Bengals had what was it? It was like it was something ridiculous, like 30% of their actual of their roster was like had at least some sort of charges on them.
Dang.
It was something
That's
stupid.
how you know they're tough, though.
Yeah,
They can play some football.
Well, it was like drug. It was like race. You know, I mean, it was like speeding. It was
Yeah.
like clubbing. It was getting into bar fights and all this other stuff. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I mean, you can even go back to like the 60s and 70s Eagles, and that's how they were, right?
Yeah.
They were ragtag crew. So
Yeah. That's the thing about baseball. We don't really have any bad boys to draw attention towards it.
what about old Mark McGuire?
Well, yeah.
He was kind of a bad boy
Yeah,
whenever he was
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And then what's his name? His like really good friend.
Sosa?
No, it's not Sosa. He was on the A's.
Oh.
The Lonely
I
Island
have
actually
this-
just made
yeah.
like a funny spoof of it. Did you hear? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
It's like
I
a-
haven't seen Lonely Island in like since freshman year of high school.
So I guess they made a new album. or
Jose
some sort.
Canseco, is that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Jose, yeah. And so it's actually on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes long, and it's like a full music video. And Shelby and I watched it, and we were just like, "What is this?" Even. And so it's them being like they're gonna find out that we take steroids,
Oh
all
my
this other
gosh,
stuff.
That sounds awesome. I need to see that.
And so it's a ton of like music videos all combined into one, into like this short film, I guess you could say. And I mean, it's funny, it's entertaining, but some of the times you were looking at it, you're like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's a Lonely Island, right? It's Andy Samberg.
It's supposed to be super goofy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be so weird, out of the ordinary. And then at the end, they kind of talk about Joe Montana. I was like, of course they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know, man. I really hope baseball will listen to a lot of the younger demographic and start moving that way.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like basketball has done that, and
Yeah.
like it completely changed.
Their off-court like drama is what's driving the league.
Oh my
People care about
gosh,
that
it's
more than
so
the game.
good. It's
you
so
know?
good.
Yeah.
Well, like some of it's actually related on court, too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And which did you watch, by the way, last night?
I didn't watch last night, but I watched the games before. Like,
But you heard about it though. You heard about
it.
it. Oh, Toronto won.
Oh yeah.
So it's
yeah.
3-1 right now.
Nice. I
Which
like
is
it.
pretty crazy.
I know Golden State's like really hurt. Like Durant and Clay. Did Clay play? Or
Clay
he
played.
didn't play, but he was hurt a little bit.
Clay was cleared, yeah, but then
Mm.
Steph. The big problem was that Steph was just they were commenting on it. They were like, by the fourth quarter, he was exhausted.
Really, because he had to.
He had to pick up the
play too
team.
much,
Yeah. I mean, like it's like once you remove those three, it's how like
Yeah.
one of them has to take care of the other, and it's
Yeah.
just that's just how it is. So, I mean, I think this is definitely Toronto's year,
Yeah.
which I do appreciate. You know, it's going to be their first championship, all this
Yeah,
other
which would be
stuff.
awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm not a fan of what happens off the court, specifically on Drake.
Oh yeah,
God.
yeah. Him making a mess on the sideline. Yeah.
Him doing that, and then on top of that, like just being really, really close there.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Kyle Lowry and that whole incident?
Getting shoved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the actual like repercussion to that guy?
I think he was like a part owner and he like can't come to games anymore. Got fined or something.
So he got fined $500K, which
Probably like $200 to him.
exactly, and they even called him out by name, which I think they should have anyway. But
He'll get a backlash from that for sure.
Oh yeah, totally. But he's like a multi-billionaire.
Really?
Right? Multi-billionaire, yeah. And which he's a part owner, or they call him as a minority owner,
Yeah.
right? And then, and so yeah, he shoved Kyle Lowry and called him names and all this other
Yeah.
stuff. And it's like have you seen the video?
No, I've seen kind of like pictures of Lowry.
He
and stuff.
deliberately went out of his way to push
yeah.
him. I mean, like
Like,
it
he
was
didn't fall on him and he was like trying to get him off.
exactly,
He, like, went over and shoved him.
exactly. Like another guy that he actually fell on.
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm sorry" and everything
Yeah.
else, and like the guy was like, "No, it's fine." And then like he deliberately
Oh my
like pushed him and
gosh.
everything, and it's like,
That's insane.
dude, it's like
Yeah.
really, you're a part owner.
Yeah.
You are somebody that's supposed to be even higher than what the players are,
yeah.
and you do that, like that's so disrespectful.
Yeah, that's
but
pretty low.
he got banned for 1 full year,
Oh,
from all the Warriors games, which I think he should.
yeah, that's fair.
And he got fined $500K, which again is like chunk change for him.
Yeah, you can't buy like a new boat or something now,
I know. He's
so.
like, oh, too bad. But it's like he should, because the big problem was that the first announcement of his ban, right? It was
Yeah.
just to the finals.
And people
People
didn't
were
think
like,
that was enough.
that's
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
he literally like went out of his way to
Like
do this.
assaulted a player.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. And so people were like, he should get fined and he should be banned for even longer period. And so then that's what they came up with. I think the $500K is definitely low ball for him.
Yeah.
I think they should either have him go through some sort of training, or even just have the owners explain to him, like, you know, be a part of a meeting and let them like reassure people, being like, look, he was sorry for this, all this
Yeah.
other stuff, because it's like there is no apology from him.
Yeah.
There is no apology from
Or they
him.
might just have to buy him out, so he's
Yeah.
just not even associated, which kind
And-
of sucks because they'll just profit off.
And
it
actually,
anyway.
what really sparked the whole conversation was LeBron.
Really?
He posted it on Instagram, and then I could have sworn he also tweeted it out and did everything else, and it really started blowing up. And then like SportsCenter started picking it up,
Yeah.
and everybody else, and then
Were you watching that game? Was it like a big deal during that? game, you know?
I did not watch that game, but I did watch, you know, the actual thing that happened,
Yeah.
and then I did listen to a lot of people's reactions, and they were just like, this is outrageous.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, Drake going behind the coach and rubbing his
Yeah,
shoulders.
that's ridiculous.
That's
in the middle
ridiculous.
Of a game,
Exactly. It's like there has to be some sort of boundary, right?
Yeah.
And like almost every other sport, there is a boundary between the players and actually, you know, the fans.
Yeah, I should put up some netting on the NBA court like baseball.
I don't think netting. I think there needs to be some sort of more distance,
Yeah.
right? I think they're all either that, or they need to limit the amount of chairs down on the court, because of like you have like the away team, or no, you have the home team, you have the away team. Even in between those, there are fans,
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
and then on top of that, sportscasters that are also down there, and then you have around the area fans. Then you have fans on the other side.
Yeah.
It's like there are people everywhere on that court.
And they're just like a couple feet away from like the line too.
No. I mean, they are like legitimately on the court,
Yeah.
and it's like, no.
Yeah, that's
No.
crazy.
I think they need to extend it a little bit more. Either limit the amount of seats overall, put them in like maybe the corners or maybe like the sides, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then just boundary kind of those ends, to where, I mean, that's a lot of the stuff that actually happens, right? Is that the guys will go for balls and they'll actually literally go into the crowd.
Yeah.
I have rarely seen them go into the crowd on the ends.
Yeah.
So if they were to kind of do that, I think that would be a little bit better. And then they would do like some sort of ticket package, right? To where they go, okay, we can have, okay, but kind of sum it up though. What if they have like some sort of ticket package to where you can actually be on the court after, and you can like choose to shoot, do all this other stuff.
That'd be
You can do a
cool.
lot of other things
Yeah.
than be by the players,
Yeah.
than just be by the
The
players.
thing is, those seats are so expensive and they make so
Yeah,
much
they're-
money for the.
Yeah, exactly. It's
team.
like catered to those people, right?
Yeah.
And then you also have the Toronto Raptors guy. He's been under one of the goals for like 22 years. Have you heard
One
about
of
him?
the, like the seat guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I saw like a preview, or he was on like right before one of the finals.
He's been to every single home
Yeah.
game for the past 22 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm like,
Dude has some money.
yeah. He either has some crazy money or crazy connections
Yeah.
or some sort of thing. So, well, it's getting close to that time. So, what'd you think about the taste?
I really like the taste.
It
Just-
tastes like ocean water, doesn't
yeah,
it?
non-fizzy ocean water. Yeah.
Non-fizzy
I liked
ocean
it a
water.
lot.
Yeah, and so I got this because of the fact that I'm a huge fan of Redcon One. I think they
Right.
do really good promos. I know a lot of people that are actually, or I know a lot of influencers that are part of this. And then on
Yeah.
top of that, I've had this before,
Yeah.
and it does a really good job. The only thing I have is just the crash might happen a little bit. So typically, like whenever people take their pre-workout, it's Total War and Big Noise. Those are the two things that
They
they take.
combine it. What is that, like a?
It's a stimulant versus focus. So like the stimulant will get you going, the focus will get you to where you want to go. So
I've definitely seen like ads for this like online and thought about trying it. I haven't seen, I don't know about like Redcon 1 or whatever that is.
Redcon 1,
yeah, I've definitely seen like Total War all over the place.
I can go for days on Redcon 1.
Really?
Yeah. Because of Aaron Singerman, who was a part of another company, PJ and Aaron Singerman were a part of, I forgot what exactly, but they split up. You have Blackstone Labs and Redcon 1. Those are the companies that were created after that. PJ hasn't been doing that great. Redcon 1 has been blowing up like crazy. Yes, they are almost everywhere you can think of. It is just it's absolutely insane.
Good for them.
They sponsor Brian Shaw. Do you know who that is?
I've heard of it.
Strongman.
Yeah, I've heard
They
of
also sponsor Hypertrophy Coach. They also sponsor bodybuilders. They do Luke Sandow, who is a part of International. They do a promo almost every single week, and it is absolutely insane. Yeah,
Nice.
their subs are really good. I had their bars, and I really liked their bars. They tasted really good, but like Total War has got to be like my go-to.
Yeah, that's definitely the one they push the most. So it must
Well,
be like the best seller.
it's their
The pre-workout.
Pre-workouts typically are their best sellers, right? It's like people want the stimulus, people want to go work out. They're like, I want to feel different, and it's this is it then.
Yeah, if it's like we're doing this like more in the morning, but if I normally work out after work, so if I crash afterwards, that'd be fine.
Yeah. And like they also have MREs. They have a lot of excuse me, a lot of like ready to eat kind of stuff. That is really also some of their bigger sellers. And they also have their ISO, and then they have Cluster Bomb, which Cluster Bomb is their glucose. So it's a glycogen thing. So anyway, all right. So we're gonna go do shoulders. We're gonna come back, kind of talk about how the workout went, how this felt throughout. And I'm also actually even going to bring my Built with me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Built is it's like an intra.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
Cool. All righty. We'll see you then.
Cut.